Okay, here we are with the last couple of steps of turn 1. We will start with step 8, the Japanese air and naval movement and naval combat. At this time, this naval group is pretty much an air group, so I think it will remain where it's at. And I think we will, that was what? CVL 1 and CV4. CV4 is the Shokaku, and CVL 1 is the Riju, whatever. We are going to probably put the one naval aircraft of the Ryujo, whatever, for cap. It's not very much, but I need bombardment more than anything. And then the Shokaku has 6 air strength points, and we are going to use those to bombard Guadalcanal from the air. There will be no movement of that task force. Now, on Rabaul itself, we will launch 10 land aircraft on a bombardment mission targeting the airstrip or the air base. And we will sail this task force, let's see, minus the carrier, CL1. Carrier is going to go back up to Rabaul. But the surface fleet is going to go into Guadalcanal and bombard it, the airfield, in an attempt to destroy or neutralize it. So, a lot of stuff there on this turn. And let's see, there is no naval contact or engagement, so I think we will do bombardment next. Okay, we're going to do naval bombardment of the air base at Guadalcanal using these 4 naval units. We're going to use their surface-to-surface strength, which is also used in naval combat, as well as bombardment. We have a 28, an 18, a 3, and a 3, which comes out to 52. All bases have a defense of 10, naval or air. Their anti-aircraft values are different, but all bases have a defense factor of 10. So 52 divided by 10 is going to be 5.2. This will round down to the odds of 5 to 2, or 5 to 1. So using CRT4, we look at the odds, which are 5 to 1, and then we're going to roll a 6-sided die. And these are going to give us the damage results that we will apply to the damage table number 5. I was looking at the 2 charts and the effects on bombardment of bases, and basically I have to have an X result over here on the damage combat results table damage, which you're only going to get on a 7 or an 8 damage result from the combat results tables over here to score a hit on the air base and destroy it. Otherwise, you just neutralize it. However, I feel that when the airstrike comes in on the next phase, that there will be little or no cap from the Allies anyway, so this is pretty much just an exercise in futility, but I do want to see how that works. So I'm going to roll a die on the 5-to-1 table, and we're going to see what kind of combat damage factor I get. I roll a 6. And that, my friends, is nada. Oops, sorry. Guess I should look at what I'm doing. 6 at 5-to-1, you'll notice is nothing. So the naval bombardment produces no result. Okay, we're going to proceed to step 9, where we have Japanese land units attack, and both sides' air units may bomb targets. Okay, so we're ready for step 9. Like I said before, the Japanese will not attack any land units, and both sides will not use their air units to bomb targets. The only one I really have is this land-based Japanese air unit and 8 naval air points off of the carriers here and here. They're going to do a bombardment of the air base on Guadalcanal, but first they must undergo cap and anti-aircraft fire. Combat strengths, air-to-air, both units are tallied, and then they will both be resolved on the combat results table number 2, air. So we have normal air-to-air strength is over here because they didn't exceed their, they didn't go into long range movement. So it's going to be 50, and then 8 is going to be 40 points. Be the same as 4 and 4 points basically. Or if the 5 points were 25, they'd be 25, and the 3 would be 15. So pretty much all wash comes out in the wash to be about 40 points. So with that in mind, we have 40 plus the 50. We have 90 air strength points coming in against 25. So there is no calculation on this. You just use those numbers and fire simultaneously on the air table. So I will try to get over here without too much clumsiness. And that's this table right here. I'm probably going to have to, let's see, what have I got? Well, 90, yeah, I can get over to 90. We'll go ahead and fire with the Japanese first on the 90 to 99 table. As I may have said previously, the number to the left is the number of units that abort their air mission. That could be cap, bombing, transport, whatever. And the number to the right is eliminations. If you have more, I'm not sure what the thing is on aborts. Aborts. If you have more than one, I'll have to look up how the abort works for aircraft. I know they go back and they're finished for that term, but there's something about excess aborts or excess eliminations or something. Anyway, we're going to roll a die for the Japanese on the 90 to 99 table, and we'll see what they score against the Combat Air Patrol. And it's a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll abort 5 and kill 6. Well, there's only 5 units there, so they're going to abort all 5 of the Allied air units on Guadalcanal. That'll be those guys. Okay, then we have the air strength is 25 firing back. And we'll move over here on the 20 to 29 column. And we'll roll a die. If I didn't mention before, results are simultaneous. And the Allies get a 1. The worst, that's not the worst. It's one of the best die they could have at that particular strength. So what did I say? 25, 1. They will abort 2 and kill 2 Japanese air units. I think the attacker can choose which units are eliminated, or perhaps it's a defender. I will have to look that up and adjust that when I come back. Okay, we are ready for both sides' air units to bomb targets. Right now, I only have the Japanese units bombing Henderson Field with their air units. Once again, I've done some preliminary calculations, and there's really no way that the aircraft that I'm using can get high enough factors to score any result to neutralize or damage the airbase on Guadalcanal, but I will just run through it for example purposes, I guess, more than anything. So, we've done anti-air and cap. Now we're going to go into air bombardment of bases. And that will use combat tables 3 and 5 again. Let's see. Alright. Am I at that? Yes. You can barely see on the left-hand side. Well, if it would focus. It's not too good up close. Well, anyway, on the left-hand side at the top is combat table number 3. And the best odds that I could get were 16 to 1. That was 140 plus 28 for the air units. 168, and that's divided by 10 for the defense of the air base itself. All bases, naval and air, have the same defense strength of 10. So that's 16 to 1. Okay, so it's 16 to 1. Yeah, you know, the best I can score is a 2 damage factor. Coming over to the other side, damage number of a 2, the best I can get is a 10. 10 will not be enough to neutralize the base because you need at least a 20. And of course an X will damage it for 5 points, which would in theory destroy it. However, there's no way unless I score a 7 or an 8 damage point factor, whatever you want to call it, will I even get a chance to knock out the base with an X. So anyway, we're just going to go ahead and do it for the heck of it. So we are rolling on the 16 to 21 table. I roll a 2, which is a halfway decent roll for this game. But the 2 only provides me with a 1. And on the combat results table, the damage table, which is table 5, I roll a die using the 1 column. I roll a 2, which is 5. 5 really will have no effect on the air base. Like I said, you would need at least a 20 through 30 and a 30 through 40 and I don't know. Anyway, you'd need, what, 10 through 15, 20 to 30, 35 to 40, and then there's an X. So, anyway, the grand total result of this airbase attack and naval bombardment is 0. Nothing has happened, except for the loss of the Allied cap and the Japanese carrier aircraft. And yes, the defender gets to pick the type of unit that is hit or aborted. So I naturally attacked the aircraft carriers aircraft because I intend to engage the Japanese carrier soon, and I think that would be the best thing to do, is reduce their naval aircraft capacity. Anyway, that will move us to step 10, which we just adjust a turn record check for fuel, adjust damage records of naval units, and then all that stuff. Anyway, as I was going to say, as an afterthought, the result, need something to drink here, my mouth is dry. The result of a 5 basically would apply to naval units in this case, because that would add 5 weeks to their damage limit, and would damage them and reduce a lot of their combat strengths and such, and would probably force them to go back for repairs. So really, you need super high scores to do any kind of damage with naval bombardment or air bombardment, as far as I can tell. So anyway, when I come back, we'll start turn 2 of the Eastern Solomons battle. Until later.